Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a nice little painting on canvas in acrylic of apples in a bowl. It's going to be sort of more of a basket. Okay, so I have my apple here. That's not really a real apple, it's actually a fake apple. Got a little wet, so some of the paint got a little bit messed up, but I just have it here to show you sort of what the shape is, and you can see there's a different tones. Sometimes we just think an apple is red, but no, it has a lot of different tones in it. So I'm going to start with my canvas here. I had a little spill of green, but I just kind of wiped it off and not worry about that because it's going to get covered up. We're going to start by drawing just basically the shape of our bowl, and it's going to be on the bottom here, a little bit of a slight curved shape. It's going to go up on both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to give it, we'll give it more detail later because like I said, it's going to be more of a basket, so you're going to see the apples through it. So I think we're just going to start with that. What I'll show you is we are going to sort of do a little curved top here, but we don't have to get too detailed about that, but that's just going to be the basic shape of the bowl. Okay, now we want to place some apples in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working from the back apples forward. So I'm going to start getting some basic shapes here, and I'm going to start with my flat sort of 1/4 inch brush, and we're going to start with, we have our colors here. We have brown, we have yellow, white, red, and my little metallic green there that I like to use sometimes, but you can use basic green, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to start with a little red, okay, and I'm just going to add a touch of brown to it, just to make it look a little more natural and just a really bright, straight red. Okay, and I'm going to start, and you can do kind of whatever you want with this. I'm going to start with one right here, and I'm just going to kind of do a shade. Now you can see, if you're looking at it, I want you to, like, if you have an apple, you could just look at different views of it, the bottom, the top, the side. So I'm going to start first. So I'm going to do a variation of all those different angles. So I'm going to start with just a basic apple shape here, like this, round, and I'm going to kind of go with the shape and make the apple, okay? Okay, so that's our basic shape, first apple. Okay, now I'm going to go get some more. I might add a touch of yellow to that now. You can really play around with the different tones, and I'm going to put one right here. We're just getting basic apple shapes, and we're trying to make them look like they're sitting inside this little basket. Okay, kind of go, see how I go around, down, kind of following the shape of the apple. Okay, so now I'm going to go in, maybe add a little more brown, maybe even add a touch of the green. You really don't have to blend it too much. And I think I'm going to add another one here. And I'm going to do another one down here. And remember, it has to kind of fit inside the bowl. So that's why I want to kind of place them. You don't want to have them, that's why we did the lines, to kind of give you a guide as to where to put them. And I'm going to do one more right here. Okay, these are sort of the behind the scenes apples, okay? All right, so now what we want to do is sort of get some more shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this one, so you're going to be able to see sort of the indent there and the stem. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get some white and some yellow, and see the little red still in the brush, and I'm just going to start adding some shape to this, okay? Okay. And you could put a little green in there. Okay. There we go. Maybe a little more white, yellow, whatever you think. Just kind the shape there. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe off my brush here, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit of green, maybe a little brown, and I'm gonna put a little circle there. That's gonna be sort of the indent where the stem is gonna come out. So now, and you notice I'm using aluminum foil today as my palette. What's nice about that is if you have paint left over, you can either fold it or put another piece on top, and it will save the unused paint. Okay, so now we're gonna go and we're gonna add, I'm gonna take some more red, a little white, a little yellow. I'm just kind of mixing a bunch of colors here. So now we're gonna work from that center. A little more yellow. And we're gonna go kind of away from that center or towards it, whichever works best for you. Okay. Add a little white. And we're just trying to build up a little shape of that apple. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna let that set, and we're just gonna go around and we're gonna work. You can make them however you want. I'm gonna put a little center here, and I'm gonna put maybe a center here, and I think I'm gonna leave that, maybe a center up here. Okay, and I'm just gonna start putting various tones into these guys. And so see, you're gonna work from that center down and around. Okay, maybe even a little straight red. You can come over with that because it's gonna blend with the underneath tones. Remember, when we have wet paint, we wanna use that to our advantage sometimes when it's underneath. Okay, now I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna add, working out from that center, some different tones, a little white. And I'm not even really cleaning off my brush, as you can see. I'm just kind of going in and playing around with the different colors. This one's gonna have a little bit, this one's just gonna kind of be straight. I'm gonna do a little green because we might have another one on top of that. Put a little green in these. I like that metallic green for a little pop. Okay, there. Maybe a little more white in this one. Side. Okay. All right, let's see how we're doing on time. Okay, so now we have those apples, and I'm gonna stop and let this set for a minute, and I'll be right back. I'm back, and I've let these the acrylic paint set for a few minutes. It's still gonna be wet underneath. What I wanna do is I wanna start kind of blending in this center piece a little bit, and I'm gonna bring this out to make sure, like, this looks like it's on top of that. Put the front of there. There we go. And again, we're trying to work from the center. And I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow, and I'm gonna add that all around. Okay. And we wanna make sure that, like, this one looks like it's in front, and give it some more shape. And again, go back and pull out from the center. Okay, there we go. All right, and if you wanted to add another one, you could add one right here, but for the sake of time, I'm just leaving it like this. Okay, and you can go and play around with the tones as much as you like, and once it dries totally, you can go back and add more. You can just build it up as much as you like until you feel that you have the apples looking like you want them to. Okay, I'm gonna go around. I want to add some more yellow. Okay, and you're just building up those tones. Okay, and again, I'm gonna pull that center out a little bit. There we go. Blend it in. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my favorite little skinny brush, long skinny brush here, and I'm gonna take some brown and a little white and kind of mix it, but not totally. I'm just gonna kind of roll my brush in the wet paint. You know, you see, you just kind of roll it. And we're gonna start to outline that basket. So we're gonna go down these little lines that we have, we're barely even touching the canvas. We're just going to kind of use that. Whoops, now see I had a little too much water in there. I've warned about that before, and I haven't heeded my own warning. Okay, but that's okay. And then we're going to go, I'm just going to tilt it a bit, and we're going to get that nice little bottom there. Oops. There we go. Nice base. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more, and I'm going to go in. Now this isn't going to be quite dry. I would probably do this when it was a little more dry, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to wing it here, and I'm going to do the basket top. You see how that's going to blend in, but that's okay. I'm going to go right on top and just make some little bumpy areas like that, like we did at the beginning with the pencil. And what I could do is I can go in and grab a little bit of white and kind of go on top of that. There we go. And I think I'll do the same thing on the sides. Okay, so now we're gonna just add the little sections of the basket. So I'm gonna take some white, again, just a little white and brown. And I'm gonna do sort of, it's gonna curve. You wanna have the dimension. So you wanna curve it that way. And then I'm gonna get some more. This one's kinda gonna go straight down. And you're gonna curve it more in and in. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna get a little more. And I'm just gonna add, hope you're able to see this, I'm tilting it a little bit, and I'm just gonna add a few more sort of upward. That's okay if it pulls out some of that paint, but this is your interpretation of your basket of apples. So it could be anything you want. Okay, there we go. And what I would do is I might come back down here and work a little bit on that, but that's fine for now. Now, last touch, see how we're doing on time? Last touch is the little stems. So we're just gonna take a little white and a little brown, and we're just gonna make our stems come out any which way that you like. There we go. Maybe a little stem here. Okay. There we go. And if you'd like, you could even put some leaves on this. You might take a little bit of the green and white. You could have like a little leaf coming out here. There we go. Maybe another one here. Maybe one right here. And see how it's picking up on those tones underneath, so it looks pretty good. Okay. So now I just want, the last thing I want to do is I want to take my larger brush, and I'm just going to have, you know, you don't want your apples floating in the air, although you could do that if you like. I'm just going to put a little bit of a indication of some kind of table down here, and I might take a little brown. I'm using some green and some brown just to kind of ground the basket a little bit. There we go. And you can do a background. You can make a more substantial table. I'm just doing a little indication of a table here. There we go. A little chunky there of paint, but okay. And there you go. Little basket of apples. I hope you enjoy this, and I'm gonna go ahead and work more on mine. I'll see you tomorrow.